Attention please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching, yes, the Yankees Entertainment and Sports Network.
It's game 162, and the Yankee season comes down to today. 4 teams battling for 2 spots to earn their chance to play on baseball's biggest stage. A win, and the Yankees are postseason bound. This season has been a roller coaster of emotions for the Yankees. They've been repeatedly knocked down. They've seen rock bottom. But through it all, they persevered, resiliently putting themselves in position to play under the bright lights of October. This afternoon, Jameson Taillon takes the ball to start with a ready, willing, and loaded bullpen behind him, and an offense that is obviously due. It all comes down to this: Yankees versus Rays. Win, and they're in. Next on Yes. Well, the stage is set, and it is time for baseball as the Yes Network presents the Hyundai Sunday Game of the Week. And today, it's the New York Yankees against the Tampa Bay Rays in the final game of a 3-game set from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yankees Baseball, along with Ken Singleton. I'm Michael Kay. Of course it had to come to this. The way this season has gone, it had to come to the last day. And Yankees have to win. But the bottom line, there are other ways and other things that could happen. Let's take a look at some of the ways that they can get in for the wild card. If they win or Toronto and Seattle loses, boom, they have one of the 2 wild cards. Home field advantage in the wild card. Yankees win, Boston loses. That's easy. The worst case, well, a potential tiebreaker game or games with the Yankee loss today. In fact, there are 16 different permutations with the 4 teams. So that's all of the stuff we have to say, Kenny, but obviously the Yankees win and they're in.
Yeah, that's the easiest way, Michael. Same as yesterday. I think it doesn't matter who the hero is or who the heroes are. Just win yourselves a ball game. I don't see there's any way that the Yankees can play a game worse than they did yesterday. I think they come out here loaded for bear today and get the job done, and they're in.
And they don't have a lot of pressure because obviously you'd like to win, but they do have the safety net that they would be in a tiebreaker tomorrow even if they lose.
Yeah, but then you're going to use up extra pitchers, and you don't want to do that. You want to get it done today and save Garrett Cole for the wild card game.
All right, so how do they get it done specifically? How do they get the 27 outs? We know Jameson Taillon's going to start, but how will they use the relievers? For how long? And when? Meredith Marakovitz has more when we return right here on the Yes Network.
Where the Yankees will try to punch their ticket to the postseason. Final game of the 3-game series between the Yankees and the Rays coming your way in just a few minutes. Hey everyone, I'm Meredith Marakovitz. Jameson Taillon will get the ball this afternoon for the first time since he walked off the mound in Toronto after re-aggravating his ankle. I spoke with pitching coach Matt Blake, who said Taillon is likely good for about 50 to 60 pitches. Depending on the circumstances, it's very likely that you could see the bullpen early and often in this one. Aaron Boone was asked where they might go after Taillon.
You know, we have Sevy and Greeny and Holmes and Lowe and all guys that are, you know, in a good spot to go out there today. Wandy and Chappie at the back end. So we have the innings there in a winning scenario to do it.
And Boone should have a lot of arms to choose from, with the exception of Lucas Litke and Michael King, who they'll likely stay away from. He has just about all of his arms back there in his arsenal. Also, they added Luis Heel to the roster. Plenty more to come here on the Yes Network. When we get back, Michael Kay will be joined by Kenny Singleton. First pitch coming your way after the break.
At the Tampa Bay Rays starting lineup, brought to you by TikTok. It starts on TikTok. Brandon Lau, big day yesterday. He'll lead off and play second. Then it's Arozarena in right, Franco at short. Middle third is Cruz the DH, Meadows in left, and Choi the first baseman. And the bottom third, Zunino will catch, Wendell at third, and Kiermaier in center field batting ninth.
And let's take a look at the Yankees starting pitcher for this afternoon. It's going to be Jameson Taillon making his 29th start of the year. Pretty good record, 8-6, 4.40, almost a strikeout per inning. And let's take a look at our scouting report on Jameson Taillon. He's had a better second half this year, but one player he's going to watch out for is Meadows. Taillon's made 2 starts against the Rays this year. Austin Meadows has homered in each and one of those games against him. And how far can he go today? Well, we'll see. You know, he's got that ankle, that tender ankle that he's dealing with. But if he's effective, the Yankees are going to let him go as far as he can.
Ready to do this, brother?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So there's a lot of tension in the air. I'm sure sitting at home, you're all nervous as well. And it comes down to this, everybody. If the Yankees win the game, they're in the playoffs. If not, there are other things that could happen and will happen. But if they win, then everything is a little bit easier and everybody can exhale just a little bit. So that's what we're looking at right now. Those are the stakes, and that's what's at stake. The Tampa Bay Rays are just playing for fun. The Yankees are playing for real right now. Lau's ready. Taillon is ready. And let's do it here in the Bronx. First pitch is outside, and we are underway. Angel Hernandez is the home plate umpire. Tom Hallion at first, Stu Shorewater at second, and Lance Barksdale is the third base ump. With the first pitch, the Yankees just turned on the lights here at Yankee Stadium. All the games in Major League Baseball are starting at this point for the pennant race purpose.
Yeah.
And that's East Coast time right around 3 o'clock. There's a strike.
You know, people might ask, why did they do that on the final day of the season? And the reason is they don't want to give West Coast teams an advantage of knowing what the scores in the East, what's happening on the East Coast, and maybe they'll pull out a pitcher that they want to save for later on.
Line drive into right field, and it is caught. That's Rougned Odor playing in shallow right to put it away for the first out. The defense for the Yankees presented by Geico. Gallo, Gardner, and Judge in the outfield left to right. Infield, Odor, Urshela, Torres, and Rizzo. That's third to first. Sanchez is behind the plate. Taillon's on the mound. So 1 down, and here is Arozarena.
Yeah, you said the Rays are playing for fun, but that's all they had yesterday. It was certainly a one-sided affair, and the Yankees are looking for a big bounce back this afternoon.
And there's a strike. Now the Yankees could start with 2 innings out of Taillon. They'd be happy. Obviously, they try to get 1 more, and then they'll piece it together out of the bullpen. Swing and a miss. The 1-2. Very nice of the bleacher creatures to call you out, Kenny.
Yeah, that's. They used to do that when I was playing with the Orioles, but it was a little different tune.
Different words.
Yeah.
2-2.
Oh, man.
Just missed.
Yeah, they're very creative out there.
And the righty deals. High pop-up. Who's going to get it? Urshela makes the play. 2 away. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, Kenny.
Well, this is, you know, I've played in these sort of games, and it's going to be a game to remember years later. You know, I can remember 7th games of World Series and a game to get into the playoffs. And the bullpen's under ready. We've already mentioned that. But I think one thing offensively, the Yankees don't miss opportunities today. When you got a runner on third with less than 2 out, get him in. You know, that sort of thing.
Here's Franco. And the pitch low, 1-0.
You know, one of the funniest things I heard from the fans in right field when I was playing, when somebody said, "We don't get on you like other right fielders because you probably know people we do."
Grounded up the middle, a base hit for Franco. The amazing 20-year-old continues a hot series against the Yankees with that 2-out single.
Yeah, that's his 5th hit in the series. He's now 5 for 11. He's been very impressive. This is the first time I've seen him play in person. And from both sides of the plate, he's got something working. It looks like he's going to be, how old is he, 20?
20 years old.
I think this tie I have is at least 15.
Franco's as old as the Yes Network.
Wow.
He was born when we were born. There's Nelson Cruz. He's a lot older. 41 years old. And the pitch. High fly ball. Center field. Gardner is there. And the Yankees get 3 outs out of the 27 as the Rays strand 1 and the Yankees are coming to bat.
Leading off at second base, Gleyber Torres. Batting second, first baseman Anthony Rizzo.
Batting third in right field, Aaron Judge.
Hitting cleanup, the designated hitter, Giancarlo Stanton. Batting fifth, left fielder Joey Gallo.
The 6th hitter is the shortstop, Gio Urshela.
Batting seventh, center fielder Brett Gardner. Batting eighth, the catcher Gary Sanchez.
And the 9th hitter for your New York Yankees is at third base, Rougned Odor.
Let's
Go Yankees! We love you, Papa Ken!
Oh, what a surprise. Unbelievable.
They did a good job.
Oh, they did. I mean, those are smart kids.
Very cool.
I would tell you, I talked about it yesterday. I was here doing the game yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson, you saw in the end there.
Right.
Played a baseball game in the morning, got 2 hits. Played a football game in the afternoon and threw 2 touchdown passes. I don't want to miss things like that. And
I'm glad they could be a part of it for you today.
Yeah, and the girls scored about 4 goals between them in soccer. So.
Awesome. Well, they presented the lineup, and they wanted us to tell you that it's sponsored by TikTok. It starts on TikTok. And Michael Wacha on the mound. You see his numbers. 1 and 2 on Torres.
Oh, here we go. The scouting report on Michael Wacha. Another number 1. Every one of the starters for the Rays in this series has been a number 1 draft pick. Wacha pitched at Texas A&M, and he made a quick ascent to the major leagues. Less than a year later, 1 day less than a year after leaving Texas A&M, he was pitching for the St. Louis Cardinals. That's pretty quick.
Pretty quick.
Yep, get to the big leagues.
1-2. Now, he has not had a great year. He has a 5.26 ERA, but in 4 games against the Yankees, it's 2.16, and 24 games against everybody else, 5.77. Yankees hoping that trend does not hold. Angel Hernandez has not given anything off the plate to both pitchers, 2 and 2.
That could mean it's going to be a pretty good day for the hitters. This pitch looked pretty close. Wacha had the corner. Might have been low.
Up the middle. Right there is Lau. 1 away. Here's the Rays defense presented by Geico, Meadows, Kiermaier, and Arozarena left to right in the outfield. Infield, Wendell, Franco, Lau, and Choi. That's third to first. Zanino behind the plate. Walker's on the mound. Shohei Ohtani, leadoff home run in Seattle. The Angels lead 1-0, still batting in the top of the first. And Toronto leads Baltimore 1-0, bottom of the first. Boston and Washington, bottom of the first, 0-0 in D.C. We'll keep you up to date on all of those scores. Here's Rizzo. Big cut, 0-1.
He was thinking faraway places on that one.
We'll keep an eye on it for you, and I'm sure that on your devices you're following it as well.
Look
and
out.
He gets punked. Nothing new for him.
Here we go. Look like a slider. Watch him turn into it. Take one for the club. He's been hit quite often. You see how close he stands to the plate. Sometimes you just can't get out of the way.
And here's Aaron Judge, playing in his 148th game this year, hitting .288, 39 homers, 97 ribbies. Hit sharply to short. This should be 2. There's 1. And there's 2. 1 inning in the books. The Yankees nothing, and the Rays nothing. You're watching Yankees baseball on the Yankee Entertainment and Sports Network. Our friend Ken Singleton, they gave him home plate signed by the entire 2021 team. And then Kenny went out to the mound to throw out the first pitch, and I was lucky enough to catch it. And what a great moment, Kenny. What a great honor. And the Yankees, very nice to do that, and I'm sure it meant a lot to you.
Yeah, it did, except, you know, I was trying to get a chase on the pitch, and it was a splitter in the dirt. But you handled it.
I framed it. It was a strike.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
we're
it was
cool.
a strike. Now, obviously, this is a big game. I just want to tell you, it has been such an honor working 20 years with you. I love you, and you're just as great a ball player and a broadcaster as you are a person.
Thank you, Michael. Wonderful catcher, too. Look at that. No pass ball on that one, or no wild pitch. You know the thing about it, Michael? 20 years ago when we started doing this, you were a single guy, and I've seen you. You know, Jody's been the perfect person for you. You got 2 beautiful kids now. So you've come a long way, too, my friend. A long way.
Thanks. I'm glad you've been part of the journey.
Thank you.
One away as they retire Meadows. Now let's check out the game time weather presented by Bigelow, the official hot tea of the Yankees. 79, and that's what it feels like. 45% humidity. The wind is out of the southwest at 6 miles per hour. So 1 down here in the second. And here is G-Man Choi. You know, so much debate after the game yesterday. Who would the Yankees start? And there were a lot of people that were in favor of starting Garrett Cole on short rest, and the Yankees decided to go with Tyone. And if you think about it, this is not their last game, and the Angels now lead 2-0 over Seattle. Even if they lose and everything goes wrong, it's not their last game. So you could have Garrett Cole pitch tomorrow in a tie-breaking game if need be. Now, if Tyone and the bullpen do the job today, you got a fully rested on an extra day Garrett Cole to start the wild card game. So this is the decision they made. They have a fully rested bullpen locked up and ready to go. So we'll see.
I think it's the right one. Now, if this was it, it's a totally different story. He would be pitching.
But again, it's not it. No matter what happens, there is going to be another game. The Yankees hope it's a wild card game, but if it's not and it's a tie game, well, then obviously Garrett Cole's going to pitch. And here are the scenarios. Now, there are 16 different scenarios for the 4 teams, but Yankees get in the wild card if they win, or Toronto and Seattle loses. Ground ball right side again. And they retire Choi.
You know, this is what the wild card is supposed to do. It's supposed to keep excitement going in a lot of different cities, and this is to the max, if you ask me. I don't think it's ever been this way. You know, maybe close to it, but going down to the final day with several teams and their fans sitting on the edge of their seats, unbelievable.
And Michael, you mentioned the uncertainty. Aaron Boone said earlier today that they came packed for a week, not knowing what's going to happen, very much realizing that after this game they may need to hit the road.
Whew. And you know what happens there? You have to have an airplane ready. You have to have hotels ready.
Popped up. Rizzo coming on. And Tyone has given him 2 solid innings, allowing just 1 hit. We go to the bottom of the second. It's 0-0, Rays and the Yankees.
Time for Today's injury report brought to you by Montefiore Doing More. This one came as a little bit of a surprise today. As Aaron Boone said yesterday, he was hopeful that DJ LeMahieu would be in this afternoon's starting lineup. It seemed as though he was going to try to manage the pain caused by a sports hernia. Instead, he was placed on the injured list. He went through some drills earlier today, and Aaron Boone said he's just too compromised. It's not fair to LeMahieu, not fair to the team. He can't do what he needs to do right now to be an effective player for them. Should the Yankees advance all the way to the ALCS, it could be a consideration, but Michael, it's something that is going to require off-season surgery.
Well, it's a tough break for DJ and a tough break for the Yankees. He's an important part of what they do. So they made that decision, and it's backdated to the last time he played. Here's Stanton. And the pitch from Walker is a strike. Outside. 1-1.
Would you say it's kind of a partly cloudy afternoon today?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you're a hitter right now, the shadow will come up between the pitcher and the home plate area, and you want it to be cloudy when you come to the plate. So it's not quite as pronounced. Here it comes now. That's get a little more pronounced with the sunshine.
So you're saying here comes the sun.
Yeah. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Toronto 2-0 over Baltimore. Angels 2-0 over Seattle. Dribbled slowly in front of the plate. Zunino gets Stanton. One away.
You know, we were talking about the Yankees bullpen being ready. I would think the same thing applies to the Rays, Michael. They're not going to play again until Thursday. So they're going to need to get some of these pitchers some work in a game situation. There's Kevin Cash, who first time ever the Rays have won 100 games in a season.
Joey Gallo at the plate. 4 outfielders as they drop Wendell toward the line and left. Fouled straight back.
Good swing.
So you've got 2 infielders on the right side. You've got Franco on the left side.
He's in close, guarding against the bunt.
Right.
Which Gallo is, I've at least seen him do it twice. Get it down and beat it out easily for hits.
He's 7 bunt hits this year.
Ooh, that's more than I had in my career.
High fly ball. And the catch is made by Kiermaier for the second out. So here's Gio Urshela.
Gio had a couple of hits. No, he had a triple yesterday, and now has a 12-game hitting streak. So he's gotten on a hot streak going down the stretch here.
Dropped a curveball in there for a strike. 0-1. We're in the bottom of the second inning. 0-0 Yankees and the Rays. And we could say this without fear of hyperbole. This has playoff implications. Ground ball is short. Franco fires to first, and the Yankees go down in order against Waka. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to go to the third inning. 0-0. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Hyundai. There's never been a better time to get that new Hyundai you've always wanted. It's your journey. Own it. Learn more at buyhyundai.com. By FanDuel, more ways to win. And by New York City Vaccine for All. Safe, free, easy. Through the years with Ken Singleton. And there's one constant, Ken.
Tell me.
What a handsome man.
Oh.
We go to the third. Here's Joey Wendell. And a strike. Eight, 9, and 1 for the Rays against Tyone. 1-1. Toronto now leads 3-0, still batting in the bottom of the first inning against Baltimore. Angels 2-0 over Seattle, also bottom of the first. Red Sox and the Nats, bottom of the second in D.C., 0-0. That top line, that's what every fan in this ballpark is looking at.
Well, that's busy today, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Strike three. One away.
Looked like he had lulled Wendell to sleep and then just tied him up with this some cheese on the inner corner. Four-seam fastball, held its line. Wendell knew it was a strike. Couldn't get to it. Like he was trying to fight it off if he was going to hit it.
Here's Kiermaier. Swing and a miss. One and one. This is a big sports Sunday. Obviously, football is prevalent, and all weekend the Yankees have been first and goal at the 5. They've been unable to punch it in. They got to get it in there today. They could see it. They could see the end zone. It's right there.
Yeah. If there's such a thing as a clock in baseball, it's September and October. You got to get it done.
And the 3-1. Swing and a miss. Some life on Tyon's pitches today.
Yeah, the one to Wendell and that one, this last one to Kiermaier. Both had some giddy up on it.
And he walked him. Well, MLB The Show 21 is available now on Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and with Xbox Game Pass. Own your rivals. Own the show. Rated E for everyone.
Michael, before the game, you made a good point about Lau and his position in the batting order today. And he's leading off. Now, he's done that before this year, but I think his manager going to give him a chance for that one more run batted in. He's got 99, so he wants to give him as many opportunities as possible. Yesterday he had a week. 3 home runs and 7 runs batted in. That's a pretty good week.
Served into left field, coming on Gallo. He's going to have to play it on a couple of hops. Moving to third is Kiermaier. The throw comes into second. So the Rays have runners on first and third and one man out.
Yeah, a little dunker off the bat of Lau. And Joey Gallo makes a good play on the run in left field, throwing the ball to second base to keep the double play in order. Kind of flips it. He's kind of looking for it. Where did it go? Well, to his surprise, he's going to have himself a base hit. But a good play by Gallo, like I said, to keep Lau at first base. He looks. Kiermaier has slid into third. He's not getting up and go home, so he throws to second.
Now he's looking for the double play. Here's a Rosarena. Served the other way, foul. We're in the third inning, 0-0. Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays. The final game of the scheduled 162-game season, because a tie-breaking game is not the postseason if the Yankees have to play a 163rd. Oh, 0-2. He dialed it up to 96 on that pitch, reaching back. Yankee bullpen starting to get ready as well as Peralta is up. This is essentially I'd say the 6th game of the World Series, Kenny, the way they'll manage it.
Yeah.
I can't say 7th because there is a tomorrow. There's a parachute they have. They don't want to deal with that, as Kenny mentioned earlier, because you don't want to mess your pitching up for the wild card. But you do what you have to do. And Taillon could throw as hard as he has to because he's not out there for 7 innings. The 0-2. Foul back here, just under our booth. Lau leads off first. Kiermaier off of third. Good speed on the bases. 0-2. Did he go? Yes, he goes. Rosarena down on strikes, 2 away.
Good breaking ball. Rosarena tries to hold up. Yep, it breaks out of the zone, but he goes too far. Made his move too soon, and he is struck out. His Rays are aggressive hitters. They lead the league in striking out.
Now here is Wander Franco. Singled in the first inning.
How many 20-year-old players are batting third in a major league lineup today? I think Soto, he's what, 22 in Washington?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Two and 0. He is dangerous in this lineup. Had the big hit on Friday night. All the hits yesterday. Yankees need to get him right now. Cruz on deck. Changeup on the outside corner for a strike, 2-1.
That's a good pitch. Don't give in with the fastball. Nice little fade on that pitch as well. Hits the corner.
Swing and a miss. 96. 2-2.
Change up followed by the high cheese. And Franco could not get on top of it.
And the pitch. Fouled away.
Remember, this kid is hard to strike out. Last 92 plate appearances, he has struck out 3 times.
Three and 2, so that's going to release Lau at first. Kiermaier stays put at third. 3-2, 2 outs. This crowd trying to drag Taillon over the finish line here in the 3rd inning. Building to a crescendo with each pitch. Serve to left field. Gallo is there. Gallo makes the play. 3 shutout innings for Jameson Taillon. We go to the bottom of the third, 0-0.
A big jam with runners at first and third and 2 outs and a tough hitter at the plate and young Juan DeFranco. And we're going to take a look at pitch by pitch. Fastball inside. Falls behind immediately, 2-0. Nice changeup to get back into the count. Fastball couldn't get to it. Foul ball away. This kid's tough to strike out. Count goes full. That means the runner's going at first. And a little sinker. Looked like a little sinker away. And he slashes it out to left field. And that'll do it. He got out of a big jam against a very young and up-and-coming hitter.
We go to the bottom of the third here in the stadium, and it'll be the bottom third of the Yankees order. They've had 1 base runner. Rizzo was hit by a pitch in the first inning, quickly erased on a Judge double play. Here's Gardner. 1-0. Grounded into the shift. And they get Brett Gardner 1 away. Washington has taken a 1-0 lead over Boston. Bottom of the second inning, and they're still batting. So first and second with 2 men out. The other scores: Toronto 3-0 over Baltimore, bottom of the second. And the Angels 3-0 over Seattle in the top of the second with the bases loaded and 1 out. Here's Gary Sanchez as the Rays have 3 infielders on the left side.
You know, you always have to check with them to see if they slipped the 4th outfielder out there.
Breaking ball outside. 1-0. Line foul. Now, Kenny, frankly put, Taillon has given them now all they could have asked for. He gave them 3 shutout innings, and now anything else he gives after that is a bonus. He's not quote unquote an opener, but that's how this game was being approached.
Yeah, wasn't it the Rays who originated the opener? Yeah, so maybe a little bit of taste of their own medicine, but nobody's warming up at this point. Like I said, I think they're going to let him go as far as he is effective.
2-1.
And healthy. We should throw that in there too, because he's got the ankle issue.
He limped off the mound in Toronto his last time that he started. You thought that we weren't going to see him for a while, but he's out on the mound today, and he is dealing in a big pressure-packed moment. This is a guy who pitched for the Pirates, so not that many moments. 2-1.
I think that's a foul ball off of Gary's foot.
Rays have 2 hits against Taillon. The Yankees have not had a hit against Waka. Now 4-0 Angels over Seattle. Grounded foul. Seattle with a scintillating late inning win last night. But they lost on Friday night, a really tough one, and now they're down 4-0 early, Kenny.
Yeah, I was about to go to sleep last night. I said, let me check this out a little bit, and I turned it on just in time to see Mitch Haniger get the base hit with the bases loaded to give the Mariners the lead.
Swing and a miss, powered it past them. Sanchez down on strikes.
By the way, it was a great call by Dave Sims.
Our good buddy Dave Sims, yes.
High fastball, and once again overpowered. Well, we've seen this pitch become the go-to for a strikeout in Major League Baseball the last couple of years. With all those launch angle swings that hitters have, it's hard to get on top of that pitch. Everybody's trying to lift the ball out of the ballpark.
Now here's Rougned Odor. For about 2 weeks, he didn't get off the bench. Never said a word, cheered on his teammates, and now he's playing a very important role with LeMahieu on the IL. And he rips that one to Choi. who fields and steps on the bag, and that will do it as the Yankees go down in order 1-2-3. The nail biting continues as we go to the fourth, 0-0. Vehicle of the Yankees, and today's photo was submitted by Richard Dizer, who took his son Ronan to his first Yankees game earlier this season. A memory forever. Look at the smile. Use the hashtag Toilet of Pinstripe Pride as Cruz pops up the first pitch of the fourth. Judge is there, one away, and you can post your picture to social media, reflect your love for the Yankees. We might spotlight you in a future game. Now, Kenny, we mentioned that the Tampa Bay Rays are playing for fun. Obviously, they want to win. But when you're playing the last game of the season and you know your next game's not until Thursday, I think you just want to get home. And I don't know if they're just, I mean, they're swinging early in the count. I don't know if you've noticed that. And that is going to do it for Jameson Taillon. What a performance by him. He gave the Yankees more than they could have hoped for. He got them 10 of the 27 outs. Peralta's next with Meadows coming up. The Yankees are making their push for the playoffs, and tickets for the potential wild card ALDS and ALCS games at Yankee Stadium are on sale now. Secure your postseason tickets today by visiting Yankees.com/postseason. Join the Yankees in their chase for 28. Here's Peralta, his 55th game, combined with the Giants and the Yanks. And Kenny, that was a move they didn't want to tempt fate with Taillon against Meadows.
Yeah, remember the scouting report? Watch out for Meadows. He'd homered a couple of times this year off of Peralta, Taillon, yeah.
5-0. Guerrero home run over Baltimore. So Wandy Peralta first out of the pen. A parade of many. The beginning of a parade. That one is squibbed. A base hit down the left field line for Meadows. Gallo fields. He's going to fire to second, but not in time. That's an excuse me squibber double by Austin Meadows.
Had him well out in front. And even without the shift, I don't think the third baseman's going to be that close to the bag against a left-handed hitter and prevent that from happening. You can see right off a cue shot off the end of the bat and going for two. Meadows has been tough on the Yankees this year.
Here's Ji-Man Choi. Grounded out to second in the second. So Meadows leads off second with one man out. Hits the Choi low.
Yeah, another thing, you bring Peralta in with two lefties stacked back to back in the Rays order.
This is all planned out before the game. What part of the lineup they're in, what lane, what pitcher is going to attack what lane. So they had this mapped out. Count 2-0. Wandy talking to himself.
Yeah, he does that quite often. It's okay. Get your thoughts out there.
Grounded foul. We're in the top of the fourth inning. It's 0-0. The Rays have 3 hits. The Yankees have yet to pick up a hit. One base runner hit by pitch by Anthony Rizzo, but Michael Wacha has faced the minimum 9 batters over 3 innings. The 2-1. 3-1.
Choi's had an injury-plagued season, and certainly not the one he was hoping for. 3 times on the IL. Leg issues.
Blocked by Sanchez. Choi walks. So first and second, one man out. That'll bring up Zunino. Zunino with 33 home runs. The only catcher in baseball that has more is Salvador Perez. An incredible season, 48 home runs for Sal.
I think he has more home runs than anybody. Catcher or whatever position.
And broke Johnny Bench's record for most home runs by a catcher in a season.
I like the fact that they zoomed and Johnny congratulated him.
One and 0.
Yeah, Zunino's got awesome power. This is a career high, 33 home runs, but he can strike out. 131 strikeouts and 329 at bats. So you make your pitchers against him, and you can get him out. But if you get something in the wrong area, he can hit it as far as anybody.
Now this was an impromptu mound meeting, and you can see both Rizzo and Odor came together, and then Gary joined them. And two veterans, they've been in big spots. At least Rizzo's won a championship, and they wanted to settle down Peralta.
Talk to us instead of you yourself.
Struggling. Now 2-0.
Yeah, he's having trouble getting that changeup near enough to the plate that somebody's going to swing at it. It's bullpen coach Mike Harkey. Somebody's going to get up.
Well, every hit, every run is so big. You almost have to have somebody ready all the time. You can't let it get too far away. 2-0. Grounded at third. Odor, there's one. On to first. Not in time. Zunino just beat it out.
Didn't hit the ball hard enough. Odor, you can see he is definitely safe. But they got the lead runner. See, Odor had to wait on it and then across the diamond and not in time.
Chad Green heating up. You've got Wendell, a lefty. You've got Kiermaier, a lefty. Wendell struck out looking in the third. Grounded to first. Foul ball. Seattle has scored a run in the bottom of the second, so now the Angels lead 4-1. Toronto 5-1 over Baltimore, top of the third. And bottom of the third, Washington 1, Boston nothing. Top line scores. That one gets past Sanchez all the way to the backstop as the runners advance.
Definitely a wild pitch. As Peralta struggling with his control. That was in the opposite batter's box, in the right-handed hitter's box. Kind of a tough play for Sanchez to come up with. The runner's going to advance. Now concentrate on getting the hitter out. Get Wendell out. Wendell's one of those guys that fit into the category for me of being an underrated type player. He can run. He's a good fielder.
Ground ball. Knocked down by Torres. Gets him. Gleyber Torres saves 2 runs by keeping that out of right field. For the Rays, no runs a hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. What a play by Torres. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Peralta likes it.
To our Audi electric moment. Visit your tri-state Audi dealer and experience the full electric Audi e-tron today. There's one out as they're trying to get out of a jam here, and Wendell robbed of a hit by Gleyber Torres, and the Rays leave a couple of men on. That's our electric moment.
And Gleyber Torres will lead off the bottom of the inning. Takes a pitch outside from Waka. That's a solid play by Gleyber Torres to the glove side. And there's a base hit by Torres. Yankees' first hit of the afternoon. Leadoff single here in the fourth.
So Waka's going to have to work out of the stretch. Up out over the plate. Right side is kind of empty. Only one player over there, and it's solid single to center field. Michael, you were talking about the Toronto-Baltimore score. Toronto's up 5-1. The only run that the Orioles have, special moment for Phil Nevin, the third base coach. His son hit his first major league home run. His son Tyler for the Orioles.
Rizzo lofts one into left center field. Is that going to make grass? Diving and making the play is Meadows as Gleyber Torres gets back to first. Meadows took a hit away from Rizzo.
Well, we've seen a couple of good plays in just a few moments here. First of all, Gleyber Torres, and now Meadows. Looked like this one might have a chance to drop in. Kiermaier wasn't going to get it. It was all on Meadows, and he makes a nice sliding catch. The Rays have a pretty solid defensive team as Meadows comes up with a highlighting play.
Well, Waka likes it. Now it's Judge's turn. Judge hit the ball hard, but right at Franco in the first inning. Start a 6-4-3 double play. Torres at first. One man out. Curveball out of the strike zone, 1-0. Lau shades up the middle. A lot of the right side of the infield open for Judge. They chase back Torres. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. 2-0.
That's the veteran Tom Hallion, the first base umpire today. He's the crew chief.
Fly ball right field. That is a foul ball. Just missed the line.
Slicing and a couple of feet foul. Comes a souvenir for that lucky fan.
He's 0 for 10 against Waka with 6 strikeouts and 1 walk. He did hit the ball hard in the first inning.
Would you say he's due?
He is due.
Okay.
Yankee offense is due. Fouled the other way, 2-2. Bottom of the fourth, 0-0. Torres gets back.
You know, these type of games, if I remember, it was a long time ago, but you don't get much sleep. I mean, you know, you're tired, but for some reason, so many things are going through your mind. You want your team to win really, really bad.
Swing and a miss. Judge down on strikes, 2 away.
Like an off-speed pitch. And you don't necessarily want to be the hero, but you don't want to be the one that kind of the GOAT. as a Judge out in front of a changeup. That's Walker's second strikeout.
So here's Stanton, little dribbler in front of the plate in the second inning, thrown out by Zunino. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Reggie Willits goes over and talks with Torres. Maybe Torres could be on the move. Fly ball right field. Right side. Choi can't get there. There's not much wind, but that kept twisting and twisting away from Choi. Could make the play.
And I also think when you're playing in strange, you're on the road in a different ballpark, you're not really sure of where you are on the field. Now, look, he doesn't really take a look at where the wall is. He's just following the ball, and maybe he's thinking I'm getting a little too close to a collision here, and comes up short.
One and two. Fully rested bullpen for the Tampa Bay Rays. Walker with a 5.26 ERA coming in. It's been lowered to 5.11. Line drive, and it is a foul ball on a broken bat. Well, that bat just snapped in half.
See the barrel fly, and all that Stanton was left with was the handle.
Two and two.
Now, one thing, when you're facing a pitcher, you watch how he works the hitter before you. That was a high fastball. And then he struck Judge out on a changeup. Let's see if that is the same pattern here.
Fly ball right field. Rosarena puts it away, and that'll do it here in the fourth. You could feel the heartbeat of a chase for the postseason. Pressure, every pitch. Every out matters. Lock in. Make it work. The Yankees looking for a win, and they're in. We go around the majors, and 48 is the most in an age 22 or younger season ever. Haniger has been great down the stretch, and Devers has also heated up in the last 12 games. Peralta deals a strike to Kiermaier as we start the fifth inning. 0-0. And Clay Holmes is up for the Yankees. As the innings pass, the pressure mounts. Not on the Rays, but on the Yankees.
You get the feeling that Peralta might face the first two hitters here. Two lefties. And Holmes warming up. Maybe he's going for the third out when Rosarena comes to the plate.
Swing and a miss. Kiermaier seemed overmatched in that at bat. One away.
Peralta's first strikeout of the afternoon, and yeah, it's the changeup. Cutting and slashing, doesn't get any of it. Looks like he was just trying to spoil it.
Well, the old rule used to be lefties don't throw lefties changeups, but that's not what Peralta does. He doesn't care. It's an effective pitch. Here's Lau. Swing and a miss. Slider.
He's got a better rhythm this inning, doesn't he? Than he had last inning.
Yeah, he was really laboring last inning. The 0-1. 1-1. 1-2.
Thought about it, tried to check. Couldn't do it. Yeah, I wouldn't classify Peralta as an overpowering type pitcher. He's crafty. You know, they very rarely say crafty right-hander. It's always crafty left-handers.
And always a nice piece of hitting is the other way. You could have a nice piece of hitting pulling the ball. As Lau swings and misses. And that's going to do it for Peralta. As Aaron Boone with a Rosarena due up is going to call on Holmes. So far so good for the plan. Tyone started. Peralta. And now Holmes. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Geico. Save even more when you bundle home and car insurance. By Cadillac, visit your Tri-State Cadillac dealer and experience the ultimate in iconic luxury. And by the New York Lottery. Get out there and play. That's what Wandy did. Got out there and played. Played well. Got outs. And now he turns it over to Clay Holmes. Congratulations in the dugout. Job well done. And Holmes deals a strike to a Rosarena. 68th game for Clay Holmes. That's combined with the Pirates and the Yanks.
He's been money with the Yankees.
One and one. One and two.
That registered at 98 with some sink.
Swing and a miss. Got him. 99. 3 strikeouts between Peralta and Holmes at the end of 4.5 innings of play. We are halfway through. 0-0 right here on Yes. Well, thank you, Bob. So right now it's setting up pretty well for the Blue Jays. Red Sox are trailing the Nationals 2-1 still early top of the 4th. And the Angels lead the Mariners 4-2 in the top of the 3rd. All right, we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Gallo leads off, and the first pitch, it's a little bit high. 1-0. One and one. The fans beneath our boot chanting Ken Singleton. The Yankees announced that this is Kenny's final game on the board in the middle of the 5th. You're feeling the love, right?
It's special when it comes from people where you grew up, you know. It's and people enjoy what you do. Well, let's get some runs here. That'll make me feel even more love.
This is where you actually played as a kid on this piece of real estate,
Yeah,
right?
I did. Yeah, the old stadium, of course, was across the street, and this was Babe Ruth Field.
So you kind of started your baseball career right here, and
yeah, it started up in Mount Vernon in Little League and stuff like that, but in the Bronx League, played in the Bronx League here. Better competition. A lot of scouts in the New York area come to the games. Played against Rod Carew. He was a little older than me, and our team couldn't get him out. And the next thing I knew, he's playing second base for the Minnesota Twins.
Not many teams can get him out.
Yeah, you're right.
3-2. And Gallo works a walk. The 111th walk of the season for Joey Gallo. Leadoff walk here in the 5th.
Like I said, he's going to run deep counts, make pitchers work. Now, he does strike out a lot. It doesn't always work out the way, but if he gets one, it's not coming back.
111 walks, 212 strikeouts. So he's on first base with Gio Urshela coming up to the plate. Bottom of the 5th inning, 0-0. Yankees have just one hit, the Torres single leading off the 4th. Grounded up the middle, Lau. There's one, and there's two. The stretch by G-Man Choi. So Urshela hit it hard, but the defense turned it into 2.
That ball hit on the nose. Walker couldn't do much with it. Just trying to get out of the way, but it was right as Lau shifted over near behind the bag at second base, almost directly to him. Steps on the bag, throws the first. Almost pulled Choi off, but they get 2.
So the Yankee offense stalled so far on this Sunday afternoon. Here's Brett Gardner, who grounded out to second. That was in the 3rd. Walker deals. And there's a strike. 0-1. And 1 on Gardner. Gardner, after the game yesterday, said this is embarrassing.
Yeah.
The way we played, he said we have to play better tomorrow. Tomorrow it's 0-0, bottom of the 5th. 2-1.
Yeah, it's been interesting to watch his career, starting out with the Yankees, and he was on the team when they won the last championship in 2009, and was a much younger player then, but now he's developed into a team leader, a team spokesman. And I think you mentioned with the injury to Hicks, Gardner's played a lot more than this year than I think even he expected to.
Mm-hmm. He said he had 4 words for us. We need to win. That's what he said after the game yesterday, and they do. Mm-hmm. You win, you're in. You don't, and then chaos.
That kind of reminds me. Remember Joaquin Andujar?
Mm-hmm.
He said the 2 most used words in the English language are "you never know."
The 2-2. Fly ball in the left center, coming on Meadows, and he makes the play on the run for the final out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and because of the DP, nobody left. Innings dwindling down, 0-0 as we head to the 6th. Now it's time for trivia. Who are the 6 switch hitters in Major League history with 240 or more home runs and a 370 or higher on base percentage?
Okay. I know one.
Very well. And this could be another one day down the line.
Oh.
Franco leads off against Holmes. We go to the 6th. There's a strike. Green is next. Tyone started. Peralta. Now Holmes.
The Yankee pitching staff today has to almost ensure that the Yankees score first. Just that's key in any ball game, because the team that scores first most of the time will win the game. So particularly if it's going to be a low scoring game, just hold them.
The Rays are looking for a sweep of the weekend series. They've had 14 sweeps this year and 7 road sweeps. And they've also done very well against the American League East, 51-24. While the Yankees are 35-40 against the American League East.
Mm-hmm.
2-1. 2-2. And the Rays have also done well on the road, Kenny. 48 and 32 on the road.
Yeah, they've scored the most runs on the road of any team throughout Major League Baseball.
And in 18 games against the Yankees, they've won 11 of them. And in the process, they've outscored them 98-49.
Yeah. They've had a very good year. When you get to the postseason, things have a tendency to change.
2-2. Just got a piece.
One thing I've noticed about Franco, particularly from this side of the plate, is more. It seems to be he's more apt to hit the ball the other way, and that's the way the Yankees are playing him in the outfield. That pitch away, he doesn't really put his ace swing on it. It's more like he's just trying to keep from striking out and putting it in play somewhere.
Missed inside. The count 3-2 now on Franco. Popped up. Torres makes the play on the outfield grass. One away. Here's Nelson Cruz. 2 fly balls for him, 1 to center and 1 to right.
We were talking about him yesterday, about his Hall of Fame credentials, and then Jack Curry brought it to our attention about him being suspended for drugs. PEDs, yeah. And sometimes I feel it's how apologetic you are about what has happened. And if I remember correctly, Cruz was very apologetic and admitted it was a mistake. Now, some of the other guys haven't done that. So maybe the writers will take that into consideration. I don't know. We'll see.
1-1. Grounded and grabbed there by Odor. Does a 360 and fires a strike to Rizzo.
That was not an easy hop. Little overspin on it. You know, you've heard of Sunday hops. That was not one. That was a late Saturday night hop when you're trying to navigate down the street somewhere.
And that is going to do it for Clay Holmes. Yankees go to the bullpen again. We're in the 6th inning. 0-0 right here on Yes. That's the premiere episode of Yes's new series, Home Plate. Join celebrity chef Marcus Samuelson and David Cohn as they dish on baseball, barbecue, and everything New York. Plus, remember, new episodes of Home Plate are dropping weekly on the Yes app, your digital destination for original lifestyle shows and content. And the Bernie Williams episode premieres this Tuesday on the app. Also, another new show is about the premier off-field fashion with Mariano Rivera. Chad Green will take over and deal to Austin Meadows with 2 outs and nobody on. Top of the 6th inning. Foul back.
.106 runs batted in. Career high for Meadows. And you saw the batting average fairly low. He's hit well with runners in scoring position this year, which is primarily driving in some runs.
1-1.
But they've also been big hits too. He's had 19 game-winning runs batted in. That's getting the hits at the right time.
Popped up. Going to be a long run. Oh, what a play! And he goes into the dugout. Did he hold on? Yes, he did. Oh, what a play!
Now I got to see if he's okay.
Urshela, without any regard for his health, just came careening down the steps and made the play and held on. And Boone, so concerned, ran across the field and into the Rays dugout.
Oh. Oh, this doesn't look good.
The entire Yankee team making its way over to the dugout to take a look. The courage to make that play, Kenny, without any regard for your body.
Wow. We'll take a look here as Gio approaches the dugout, gets it in the webbing of the glove, and then tumbles down the stairs. That's and running full speed. You're right, Michael. He slips going in and then tumbles in like head first. And they're still over there tending to him.
And the way baseball is, Kenny, now one Ray tried to stop his fall whatsoever, and that's just the way the game is. But they ran to him right away after they saw that he was hurt. But there was no help there. I think he stumbled right as he fell.
Well, the fact is he was moving full speed. And, you know, he had to keep the eye on the ball to make sure he could catch it, which he did. But then there was no time to stop. And you can see the concern on everybody there, Rays and Yankees alike, and the fans behind the dugout.
And he's up, and he will walk slowly to the Yankee dugout and get a big hand from the crowd. What a play in a huge moment for Gio Urshela. Urshela waves to the crowd, showing heart, courage, a disregard for his body. The game is the most important thing. We'll be back.
Wow.
Nothing, and the top of the sixth ended with this, Kenny. Look how far Urshela had to go.
Yeah, it was deep shortstop and following the ball, reaches out, makes the play, and then it's down the steps. And hopefully he's not injured too badly.
So Michael Wacha is done. It's now JT Chargois in his 56th game. Wacha 5 shutout innings against the Yanks, just allowed 1 hit. 0-2.
Watch Angel Hernandez, the home plate. He's trying to make a call. And yep, there it is. He's out. He held on to the ball.
One and two.
Wow, that was amazing.
And Chargois deals. Swing and a miss. Sanchez strikes out for the second time this afternoon.
Slider off the end of the plate, or the edge of the plate. And Sanchez chases.
Jaguar is 30 years old, nickname of Shaggy. And here is Odor. He grounded out sharply to G-Man Choi at first base in the third. Oh, 0-1. Jaguar started the season with Seattle and then traded to Tampa Bay on July 29th. One and one. Those are the scores. Angels 6-2 in the fourth. Toronto blowing out Baltimore, and Washington leading the Red Sox, but the Red Sox threatening. No, they didn't score, so it's 2-1, bottom of the fifth.
In that Toronto-Baltimore game, George Springer has a grand slam. That's why that score went from 5-1 to 9-1 in a hurry.
Kenny, this almost has the feel of an extra inning game where everybody's trying to hit a home run.
Yeah, except that there's no ghost runner at second base to start the inning.
Also of interest, Kenny, if there are tiebreaker games, there will be a ghost runner in extra innings, not in playoff games, not in the wild card.
Yeah, that is. Do you think that that rule's going by the wayside next year?
I think so.
Look, yeah, blowing inside. You know, as we saw Urshela run down the steps there. There's no gate there. Now the players, that's where they enter and exit the dugouts, you know, between innings. But there's nothing to protect the fielder that runs over in that direction. You know, you could put a gate there when the fielders are out on the field, and then open the gate when they're coming out or going in. Just something to think about.
3-2. Swing and a miss. Odor down on strikes, 2 away.
Looked like a slider down and in, and Odor over the top. Well, the Rays have several good arms in their bullpen.
There's Gleyber Torres. He has the Yankees only hit in the game. A leadoff single in the fourth. 1-0. Bottom of the sixth inning, nothing here in the Bronx. Shadows no longer an issue. It's pretty much overcast. Lights have been on since the first pitch of the game. Foul ball the other way and out of play.
You kind of get the feeling this might be a one swing of the bat game. Somebody touch one off.
Andrew Velasquez looks like he's going to go in there, which would tell you that Gio might not be okay. 1-2, but we'll see how the defense shakes out in the seventh. The 1-2. 2-2. Fouled away.
Torres has had some good swings. He's just been a little late. The Rays are playing him. When you come to the plate sometimes, I don't look so much at the infielders where they're playing, but I look at see where the outfielders are. And sometimes that's an indication of how they're going to try and pitch you. So Kiermaier's towards right center. It might mean that they're trying to keep the ball away.
Just missed.
So
Looked like it hit the top of the strike zone.
So one thing you do, I always used to look and see where the fielders were when I came up. This was close. Maybe it was a strike. According to the box, it was. According to Angel Hernandez, it wasn't. He's had some good swings this at bat.
Seven pitch at bat so far. And the 3-2. Now an 8-pitch at bat.
You know, I heard Paul O'Neill mention in regards to Gleyber Torres and the way he swings the bat that sometimes he feels he gets a little too big with his swing. And I kind of agree with Paul. But, you know, now he's thinking home run gives us the lead. And with 2 outs, it's not a bad thing to go for it.
And he works a walk.
Solid at bat.
Here's Anthony Rizzo. Hit by a pitch in the first inning, fly ball to left in the fourth. So Torres has been on twice today with the single and now the walk with 2 outs. And pitch outside to Rizzo.
Torres with 14 stolen bases. With Rizzo ahead on the count, 2 balls and no strikes, I don't think he'll be going. He wants Rizzo could get a good ball to hit here, and he wasn't get a chance to get thrown out at second with the hitter at the plate ahead on the count. Pretty good percentage.
Shift is on for Rizzo. High fly ball. Right center field. And Kiermaier makes the play for the final out. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left. 6 in the books. There's not a dent in the scoreboard. The T-Mobile coverage cam, and today it's about defense. Really good play by Gleyber Torres, saving 2 runs right there. And then how about Meadows' grab in left field? Beautiful play by Odor, does the 360 and over to Rizzo for the out. And then this, Gio Urshela. No regard for his body, goes into the Rays dugout, limps his way to the Yankee dugout, and here he is back on the field as we start the 7th inning on the Cadillac scoreboard, 0-0.
That's amazing. Oh, we saw Velasquez. You know, it looked like he was getting ready to come in the game.
There's G-Man Choi against Chad Green. 1-0.
I don't know. Maybe they have some sort of magic elixir down in the Yankee clubhouse. Whatever it is, I want some of it.
Colin McHugh in the Rays bullpen, and Jonathan Loizaga in the Yankee bullpen. Yankees have managed 1 hit against Rays pitching. The Rays 3 hits against Yankee pitching. 1-2.
Yeah, usually the pitching duels are the starters. This is a pitching duel between starters and relievers. Everybody getting in the act today.
Fouled away. That ball took 3 trips off a luxury box into the second deck and down into the lower stands here at the stadium. Foul back to the screen by Choi. Choi is grounded to second, and he's walked.
I'm looking ahead. Urshela is the 4th hitter next inning. I guarantee he gets quite an ovation when he comes to the plate.
Line drive. It is a base hit. It gets past Odor, and it goes all the way to the wall. Choi, hustling, will go to second with a leadoff double here in the 7th.
Choi had been struggling big time. He was 3 for 33 coming into today, so that he's already made 1 out. So now he went to 3 for 34. And now he's got a leadoff double here in the 7th.
That'll bring up Zunino. He's 0 for 2. Foul back, 0-1. Top of the 7th inning. 0-0 Yankees and the Rays. The stakes are high for the Yankees. They win, and they don't have to worry about anything. They're in the wild card. Whether or not they host the wild card, that depends on the other 3 games going on. But they win, they know they're in. If they lose, well, they'll have to play tomorrow against somebody, somewhere. One and one. Check swing. Nationals are threatening, bases loaded, 1 out against Boston. Nationals lead 2-1.
Good slider. Watch this pitch just dart out of the zone. Zunino's already thinking it's a fastball away.
Fastball upstairs. 2-2.
You can almost feel the tension with every pitch, which, you know, this is the time of year you're going to get that sort of thing.
There's a nervousness and anxiousness here in the ballpark. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. Tipped it into the glove of Sanchez. 1 away.
And no advance by the runner. Look like another slider. Yep, you can see the spin on it. And Gary Sanchez will hold on.
It was Joey Wendell. Big cut. Now, Choi's not blessed with great speed at second. Remember, the Yankees have plus arms in the corners with Gallo and Judge. Wendell's 0 for 2 today. A strikeout and a ground ball to second. 0-2.
That one stung a little bit. It looks like the Yankees are trying to keep the ball in on Wendell because he's very adept at hitting the ball to the opposite field. And he's going to have to walk this one off. Oh, jeez. Bad memories right there.
The arms in the outfield, the red light in the corners, and you can attempt to go against Gardner according to strength of arm. Still 0-2.
See, they didn't have all of that major league ranking when I was playing. It just, he throws well. Be careful. And it was up to you to know which outfielders did throw well. You know, there weren't any graphs or anything you could look at pregame. You go out and watch infield. Oh, he's got a good arm. I'm not going.
That one is lined to right field. Judge makes the play. He'll fire to second as Choi hustles back. Boy, Wendell hit that one right on the screws.
Yeah, that was a slider that kind of hung. And he did get the good wood on it. And the toughest play for an outfielder is the line drive directly at you. You don't have an angle to chase the ball. But Judge makes the correct adjustment, drifts back a few steps. It's hard to get the ball over his head. And Choi's going to remain at second. Yeah, that wasn't quite as easy as he made it look.
2 outs. Runner at second. Top of the 7th inning for the Rays. Here's Kevin Kiermaier, the 9-hitter in the order. One and 0. There's a strike. Dropped the curveball in. 1-1.
Yeah, he backed up one with another one. Missed with the first one, but not with this one. Sanchez trying to sell it to Angel Hernandez.
Foul back. 1-2. The Nationals taking a 5-1 lead over the Red Sox in the bottom of the 5th. It's right there for the Yankees. They win, the Red Sox lose, and the Yankees would be hosting the wild card game. Doesn't have to get any more complicated than that. So the Nationals are doing their part.
Had a little 2-out rally there.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at second, 0-0. Top of the 7th inning. Kiermaier might have thought that was ball 4 because he was about to toss the bat away.
Let's take a look. This is going to drop just underneath the zone. Kiermaier holds up. Yeah, that looked like he thought it was ball 4.
3-2, 2 outs. Lau on deck. And he walks that time, putting runners on first and second with 2 men out. So here is Brandon Lau against Chad Green. Loaisiga is ready. And the Yankees shifting. They move Odor into the second base spot in the outfield. And here comes Boone. He's going to call on Loaisiga.
This is the 3rd time in the game he's brought a new pitcher in with 2 outs in an inning.
Big spot, first and second, 2 outs. Loaisiga against Lau when we get back. Port Bob, 11-2 Blue Jays over the Orioles, bottom of the 5th inning, and the Angels lead the Mariners 6-2 in the top of the 5th inning in Seattle. Right here at Yankee Stadium, 0-0. As Jonathan Loaisiga will come on with first and second and 2 outs to face Brandon Lau.
Of course, Lau had the big game yesterday, and you can see the big numbers for Loaisiga this year. One of the best relief pitchers in the American League.
Choi on second, Kiermaier on first. Pitch outside, 98 miles an hour, 1-0. Rosarena, right-handed batter, is on deck. Top of the 7th inning here at the stadium. Right by him.
99-mile-an-hour heater. Put it in the easy pass zone.
One and two.
These are the highlights of Lau yesterday. It's not today, folks. It's yesterday. And he was the man. 3 home runs. Now has 39 on the year. But that was yesterday.
And this is today, 1 and 2. 2 outs, 2 on, 0-0, top of the 7th. Pitch. Popped up. Odor. Makes the play. Loaisiga gets it done. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base at the end of 6 1/2. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. Yankees nothing and the Rays nothing, but we'll stay right here as we honor America in the Bronx.
Gentlemen, will you rise and remove your caps? Today, the New York Yankees are honored to recognize as their veteran of the game, United States Army Sergeant First Class Mark A. Owens from Albion, Michigan, who served in both Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Iraqi Freedom. The Yankees say thank you to him and his family for the sacrifices made for our nation. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the microphone behind home plate. Our guest is the star of the Metropolitan Opera and subject of the New York Times best-selling book, Sing for Your Life. Please welcome Ryan Speedo Green. He will now sing God Bless America.
God bless bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
All right, there's a lot of zeros on the board there, guys. Yankees have used the bullpen, and so has Tampa Bay. Not much offense. Tampa Bay 4 hits. The Yankees 1. And you know the stakes. The Yankees win. They're in the playoffs in front of a big crowd at Yankee Stadium on a Sunday afternoon. Colin McHugh is out of the bullpen for Tampa Bay, and the Yankees have the heart of the order coming up. So much on the line, and it starts with Aaron Judge. And McHugh deals a strike. Judge is 0 for 2. A double play ground ball and a strikeout. One and one. Ooh. Soft ground ball to second base. Lau gets Judge. One away. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees.
What, are you giving me one more time to read that?
I wanted you to read it one more time. You turned it down.
Him and his sheet, I'll read it on the way home.
All right, here's Stanton. There's a strike. 0-1. Stanton's 0 for 2. Nubber in front of the plate and a fly ball to right. Well, he and Judge have carried this team offensively since August 1st. Hitting home run after home run in big spots, and this right here is a very big spot. 1-1. Fouled away, 1-2. Angel Hernandez going over toward the Yankee dugout, running to get the baseballs rather than have the ball boy bring it to him.
Yeah, I was impressed by his effort on the call when Gio ran into the dugout. He almost injured himself making the call on that play.
Popped up, middle of the infield. Who's going to take it? Ooh, Choi does, hitting into Wendell, but he holds on. And Wendell was calling for it, but Choi just took it for the second out.
I think in that instance, they both were calling for it. I don't see Choi. Choi's the taller of the two. It looks like Wendell's going to be okay, maybe stunned momentarily. But as of now, he's going back to third base. Boom.
Yeah, Wendell's going to lose that collision. Choi's a pretty big guy. All right, 4 outfielders as Wendell retreats to left field for Joey Gallo. Gallo with a fly ball to center, and he walked. Just one hit for the Yankees. Strike. Anthony Rizzo was hit by a pitch with one out in the first, was erased by a double play. Gleyber Torres led off the fourth inning with a single to center. That's where he remained. Gallo walked to lead off the fifth. He was erased on a double play.
Ooh.
And then with two outs, Gleyber Torres walked last inning, and Rizzo with a fly ball to center.
Now with 2 strikes, everybody's on the right side of the field in the infield. There's nobody on the left side.
And Gio Urshela is on deck. Strike 3. Gallo down looking. And we go to what could be the final 2 innings of this game. Nothing. Enjoying the game from the judges, Chambers and Wright, the staff of PS 41 in Greenwich Village. They're holding their breath like everybody else. Hyundai scoreboard, nothing as we go to the 8th inning. Loaizaga got the final out of the 7th. Now he faces 2, 3, and 4 in the Rays order, starting with Randy Arozarena. 1-0.
Good pitch.
Good curveball, 1-1.
Hey.
Old friend.
Yeah.
David Robertson. Dribbled slowly up the third base line, and Sanchez can't grab it in his haste, and Arozarena will reach.
He knew he had to hurry because Arozarena can run. And it was going to be a bang-bang play at first base, but once he didn't come up with it, it's going to go as an infield single. Arozarena sensing that he might have a hit, scampers out of the box, and in his quickness trying to be maybe a little too quick. Not getting a firm grip on the ball. And you got to watch Arozarena at first base too. He stole a couple of bases here yesterday.
Here's Wander Franco. Snap throw to first, getting back Arozarena. So 0-1 on Franco.
You know, I mentioned the other day these two probably going to match up over the years here. Young flamethrower, young and up and coming hitter. Loaizaga struck him out the other night on a lengthy at bat. Franco spoiled a lot of pitches. Loaizaga finally got him.
Runner goes. Swung on a missed throw to second. Not in time. Stolen base for Arozarena.
And the throw was a little high, and he was able to get underneath. If the throw was down a little bit more, they would have had a better chance to get him. Arozarena, you had the feeling he's going to be off and running. Look at the speed. He turns to look to see where the ball is. Yeah, he's in there. Stolen base number 20 on the season.
He's a 20-20 guy with 20 home runs and 20 stolen bases. And an 0-2 count on Franco. Fly ball, left field and deep. Going back is Gallo. He has room. He'll make the play. Tagging Arozarena. Here's the throw. Here's the play. He's safe.
Well, Rosarena showing off his speed, first stealing second base and now tagging up. It was a tough play for Gallo, even though he made it close, because he couldn't get much on the throw. He was kind of leaning backwards as he made the catch. Watch this. This is going to be all arm strength as he gets the ball to third base. He didn't have a chance to step into the throw. So now the Yankees are going to be forced to bring the infield in.
And here's Nelson Cruz. Rosarena on third. Loaisiga leans in for the sign. Blocked by Sanchez. He has to keep everything in front of him now.
Played it correctly, right off the chest protector, falls right in front of you.
Swing and a miss.
Man, he's got an electric arm. Trying to catch up with 98, not successful.
On the right side of the infield, the toes are on the grass. Left side of the infield slightly behind, but all in. 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Good breaking ball. Loaisiga knows what he has to do here. He needs a strikeout.
And the pitch outside. Chapman heating up.
This is one of those games, even when you're watching at home, you got to take a shower after it's over. Man, just make you sweat.
Make your nails bleed. 2-2. Oh, he just spoiled it. Fouled it right back. Loaisiga missed about 4 weeks. Shoulder barking, but he is back. They've taken it slow with him. First time he's appeared in 2 innings in a game. He only got the final out of the 7th. 2-2. Swing and a miss, got him. Fastball. Cruz down on strikes.
Change location on him. Sliders have been down and away. This is that sinking fastball in with a lot on it. Every pitch had been away until the last one, and he didn't have enough quicks to get it. Look at Peralta. Oh yeah, you the man.
All right, so Matt Blake comes out and talks. So let's talk here, Kenny.
Okay.
Meadows has always been a problem for them. First base is open. It's a couple of left-handed hitters. After that is Choi. Are they thinking about passing Meadows to first?
Choi's up next. I'm not so sure. I think they would have signaled by now. They're talking it over to see how Loaisiga feels about this.
Right.
And then they might signal that Angel Hernandez is trying to get things moving here. Yeah, it looks like he's. Are they moving him to first? I thought Angel Hernandez. Oh, you signaled it was a mound visit. Okay.
Now, the other thing the Yankees could have done, they have Chapman ready. You could bring in the lefty to face the lefties, but that's probably not the move at this point. And then you have to worry about the wild pitch, too, because this stuff moves so much. So it's going to be Loaisiga against Meadows. They probably gave him the choice. Rosarena is at third. We're in the 8th inning, 0-0. Swing and a miss. Change-up.
If there's such a thing as an electric changeup, this is one. Meadows way out in front.
So much on each and every pitch. Nothing, top of the 8th. 2 outs, runner on third base. Oh and 2.
Change up, and then it gasses him up, and he's not quick enough. So it's 0 and 2. He's in the hole. Ooh, good stop by Sanchez. He was set up away, and that ball was down and in. Watch him cover some ground here. Get across.
The 1-2. 2-2.
Rosarena dancing off third base, trying to get Loizaca's attention. Wow. Yeah, he has bothered the Yankees this year.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Too much tension. Runner at third base. Scooped it to right field. Judge is there. Judge makes the play, and Loizaca works out of trouble. No runs a hit, no errors. 1 man left on base. Loizaca, big reaction, big moment, big out. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Yankees will look to dent the scoreboard. To this trivia question, who are the 6 switch hitters in big league history? 240 or more home runs and a 370 or more on base percentage. Kenny.
Well, Mickey Mantle's there for sure. Chipper Jones is there for sure.
You're there for sure.
Yeah, Posada, Bernie, Lance Berkman. Well, some impressive on-base percentages there.
Brett Phillips takes over in left field for Austin Meadows. David Robertson, former Yankee, takes over on the mound. This will be his 12th game. 16 strikeouts in 11 innings, just 4 walks. And this has to be somewhat odd for him to be on this mound and not in pinstripes.
Yeah, in his career, he had 53 saves for the New York Yankees. Also was a setup man.
September 1st was his first big league action since April of 2019 as he's back from Tommy John surgery. Those are the scores you're worried about right now, as the Yankees need a score of any sort. Robertson, the 4th pitcher used by Kevin Castro in the bottom of the 8th inning. Urshela, Gardner, and Sanchez.
StatCast numbers on the catch by Gio Urshela. Covers 126 feet and survives the fall.
Presented by Google Cloud. Count 2-0 on Urshela. Urshela's 0 for 2. A ground ball is short, and then he hit into a 4-4-3 double play. That was in the 5th. He's been one of the Yankees' hottest hitters of late. Last 12 games coming into today, hitting .364. Two-one. 2-2. .36 years old, David Robertson from Alabama. 13th big league season. 9 years with the Yankees and a world championship with the Yankees and a silver medal with the USA team in the recent Olympics. Grounded up the middle. Franco makes a nice play and fires to first to get Urshela.
Yet another good defensive play turned in by one of the teams. Didn't quite get all of it, or it might have scampered through into the outfield, but Franco comes up with it quickly to his feet and unleashes a BB to first base.
Pitcher appreciates great defense behind him.
Here's Gio. There's a little hitch in his get along, but we'll see if he remains in the game.
Well, now we have two of the guys on that 2009 championship team against each other. Robertson against Gardner. And the pitch is high, 1-0. Crowd of 40,000. 409 here at the stadium. Many of them moving between cheering and holding their breath. It's been that sort of day. It's been that sort of season.
Ooh.
Popped up.
Just a hair late. Whoa! That's twice today that the Rays have collided. Franco said something. It looked like a Rosarena didn't like it.
Franco said, "Hey, I called for it," and Rosarena said, "I'm the outfielder."
Yeah, that's true. Usually the outfielder calls and he's in charge. Easier play for him. Whoa! Kiermaier trying to play the mediator there in the outfield.
You know how emotional kids get, Ken.
Oh yeah.
Just 20 years old, defending his turf and not liking it. So here's Sanchez.
That was in the outfield. Is that his turf too?
Sanchez is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts today. Driven down the left field line, but hooking foul.
It's one of the better swings that the Yankees have had today.
The 0-2. Bounced up there. 1-2 on Sanchez. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's 0-0 in a game the Yankees really need to have. They've managed just one hit, one single, like Gleyber Torres, leading off the 4th inning. They've had other base runners with walks and a hit by pitch, but that's been their offense on this Sunday afternoon. 1-2. Trying to get Sanchez to bite on a curveball in the dirt.
Yeah, 2 in a row. Now the count is evened up.
Chapman will either come on to try to save it, or a tie game at home after 8 innings, you bring your closer in. Choi, Zunino, and Wendell due up in the 9th. And the 2-2. Lays off the fastball, 3-2 with Odor on deck.
Yeah, 0-2 to 3-2. Oh, do they want to see the ball or move the rosin bag? Yeah, they moved the rosin bag.
Robertson, number 3 on the Yankees all-time franchise list for appearances. Mariano's first, Righetti second, Robertson is third. And the 3-2. Line to left field. That ball is caught by the 4th outfielder. Brett Phillips makes the play for the final out. And the Yankees go down in order. We're going to go to the 9th. Nothing on yes. Yankees baseball on yes is brought to you in part by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. By the Ford Explorer, the official SUV of the New York Yankees. Visit buyfordnow.com. And by FW Webb, the official plumbing, heating, cooling, and PVF supplier to the New York Yankees. Let's come down to the 9th inning. Andrew Velazquez will take over for Urshela at short. And on the mound for the Yankees is Aroldis Chapman. No complaints about the pitching in this game. Tyone started. Peralta, Holmes, Green, Loizaga, and now Chapman.
All have done their jobs, keeping the Rays off the scoreboard.
G-Man Choi, Zunino, Wendell against Chapman. Choi doubled his last time up. He is 1 for 2 with a walk. Velazquez shades up the middle. And Chapman deals.
Thought he had the corner. Long stare in at Angel Hernandez.
Good sign when his first fastball is 99, so obviously feeling it. Usually everything plays off of that. But he does need to throw strikes to open up the other part of the arsenal. A 1-0. Oh, he dropped in a slider for a strike.
Is that the other part you were talking about? Yeah.
One more part, splitter. Due up in the bottom of the 9th, Odor, Torres, and Rizzo. If anybody gets on, then Judge. One. Slider is low, 2-1. So with 2-1, they move Velazquez over to the second base side of the bag. 3 Yankees on the right side of the infield. Odor the only one on the left side, the 2-1. That one misses low, 3-1.
All of these pitches have been in the same area.
Swing and a miss. 3-2. There is such a nervousness in the crowd that they seem somewhat reluctant to let loose. Before that pitch, it was eerily silent. People holding their breath. Time called as Chapman was taking too much time, so Choi asked for time.
Remember Bernie Williams doing that a lot on the key pitches. You know, he'd step out and make the pitcher wait a little longer.
Swing and a miss, he got him. Slider. Choi down on strikes.
Didn't work. There's the break. Choi, he missed that by about a foot. Here's another look at it. Center field camera. Choi has done some striking out in this series. Struck out 4 times in the opening game of the series.
Here is Zunino. He is 0 for 3. Struck out his last time up in the 7th. And a strike. There's the splitter, so he's used all 3 pitches. Fastball, slider, and splitter. All in the minds now of the Rays. Yankees playing to pull in the infield. Now on his line to left field, Gallo makes the play. 2 down.
Spectrum Mobile. Unlimited talk, text, and data. Just $45.
So here's Wendell. 2 outs, nobody on here in the top of the 9th inning. Nothing. Red Sox creeping closer in D.C. It's 5-3 Nationals in the top of the 7th. Red Sox have runners on the corners and 1 out. Toronto running away with it in Toronto against the Orioles, and the Angels 7 and the Mariners 2, bottom of the 6th. $100-mile-an-hour fastball misses. 1-0. We saw Fleming earlier in this series. He's warming up. (2-0) with Kiermaier on deck. Two and one.
Yeah, the Rays have 5 left-handed hitters in their lineup today. This is where having a lefty closer can really pay off. You saw him strike out Choi on a slider. Looking for a 3rd out here with another lefty at the plate, and Wendell. Another lefty to follow.
3-1. He takes the splitter. (3-1). He walked him. Just missed. So 1 on, 2 outs for Kiermaier. Looks like they'll call Kiermaier back and send up a pinch hitter.
It's going to be Margot. As you see that slider down and away out of the zone to Joey Wendell. So Margot will come up as Kevin Cash makes a move to a right-handed hitter. And Margot will stay in the game and play center field.
Well, the Red Sox have tied it up 5-5 now in the top of the 7th inning against the Nats in D.C. Still batting with a runner on second and 2 outs. And the pitch to Margot. Popped up behind the plate, and that'll be out of play. Wendell's at first. 2 men out, top of the 9th. Chapman, the 6th Yankee pitcher. Gets the strike call on the outside corner. 0-2. Runner goes. Pitch is low, so now Wendell in scoring position with the stolen base. Yankees did not throw through.
Yeah, he had a great jump. Picked his spot well. He was just going on first move. If Chapman had thrown to first, he would have picked him off.
And the 1-2 pitch. Foul back. Runner goes. Swung on and missed. He got him. Margot strikes out. And the Rays leave a runner at second base. We go to the bottom of the ninth inning. One swing away. One big cut could send the Yankees to the postseason. Stay tuned. Bottom of the ninth coming up. Needed reminding on how big this is. The Yankees make a wild card if they win this game, or Toronto and Seattle loses. Home field in the wild card if the Yankees win and the Red Sox lose. The worst case, the Yankees will be playing tomorrow. There's a lot of ways that could happen, but if the Yankees win, that can happen. They are a wild card team. So it comes down to 9-1-2 in the Yankee order in the bottom of the ninth inning. Odor, Torres, and Rizzo. And it's going to be Josh Fleming, the fifth pitcher used by Kevin Cash.
Making his 26th appearance of the year. We saw Fleming in the opening game of the series. 1 2/3 innings, no runs, no hits, and a strikeout.
You see the defensive changes. Margot in left. Phillips moves from left to center as Kiermaier was pinch hit for. And the new pitcher is Fleming. Walker started. And now on to Fleming. So Odor is in there because DJ LeMahieu was put on the IL before the game. He was just too compromised to be able to play in a game of this size. So Odor's taken over at third base and now batting ninth. 0 for 2. And a strike. Leo on. That one is looped into center field. It is a base hit for Odor. The Yankees have the winning run on base. And he will come out of the game for Tyler Wade.
Got jammed just enough over the infield in front of the outfield. And now the Yankees go to speedster Wade to pitch run for Odor, who gets it started here in the bottom of the ninth inning.
A big hit for Rougned Odor. Wade, of course, is a threat to run. Gleyber Torres at the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. And the pitch is high from Fleming. The 1-0. Foul back.
And he's had some good swings today. Few just misses. Ball was just high enough. Of course, Wade at first leads the Yankees in stolen bases with 17. Yeah, I know how you feel.
One and a bunt. Bunted foul. Trying to move Wade to second.
Kind of pushes at it instead of trying to catch it. You're supposed to just see him push the bat out. He kind of pushed it foul.
Rizzo's on deck. Two and two. Well, Kittredge is up for the Rays, and Severino is up for the Yankees in case this goes into extra innings. High fly ball, right center. Phillips back.
Take up.
Makes the catch. Tagging up is Wade. He'll go to second and make it.
Well, Gleyber Torres hits it well enough to get Wade to second base. He tried with the bunt. Instead, the long fly ball is going to get the job done. Wade retreats to first, tags. Phillips lets it go. Wade has way too much speed. He's in there easily.
And the pitching coach, Kyle Snyder, wants to talk with Fleming. And what they could be asking him here, how do you want to play this? I don't think you walk Rizzo to get the Judge.
No, not at all.
And they knew Rizzo was coming up, so maybe this is just a deep breath trip.
Well, that, and I think there's a reminder that with Wade at second, I know there's a left-handed hitter up, but he's been known to steal third base. I don't think he's ever been caught stealing third. So, although I don't think it depends on the count and all that sort of thing. Rizzo's ahead on the count. I don't think he'll go.
Now, if they get Rizzo, that would be the third batter that Fleming would have faced, and then they could go to Kittredge to face Judge. Well, the winning run is in scoring position at second base. That's Tyler Wade. Anthony Rizzo came over from the Cubs at the trade deadline for moments like this. There's a strike, and what Rizzo has shown a propensity to do against lefties, take the ball to left field.
You can see Margot has shortened up in left field. The base hit comes his way. Even it's going to be a play at the plate. Speed against a pretty good arm.
Outside. So let's check out the arms. Yellow light on Margot, red light on Phillips, and you can run on anything to right field to a Rosarena.
One thing with Rizzo at the plate, Margot, I should say, Franco is out of position somewhat because he wants to hold Wade close at second.
Swing and a miss. 1-2.
So when the pitch is on the way, he retreats quickly to try and cut down the amount of territory for Rizzo to hit a ball.
Wade leads off second. One man out. Bottom of the ninth. The 1-2. Line drive. It's a base hit to right field. Wade rounds third. And they hold him up. Now going to second is Rizzo as the throw was wide. And the Yankees have runners on second and third and one out. Nevin held him and then waved him, but Wade had already broken it down and stayed at third.
See, but here's the issue. With Rizzo going to second, they're going to walk Judge. There's the solid single to right field. It's hit really hard. That's why Nevin held him up. The outfielders were playing shallow. Yeah, he almost threw the ball away. Wade sees the ball's in. He's thinking scoring. But Rizzo's going to continue down the second. And I don't think Judge is going to get the hit. Then we're going to get a new pitcher as well.
Well, that'll do it for Fleming. The Yankees 90 feet away from going to the postseason. Judge against Kittredge when we get back. Yankees are obviously making their push for the playoffs, and tickets for the potential wild card ALDS and ALCS games at Yankee Stadium, they're on sale now. Secure your postseason tickets today by visiting Yankees.com/postseason and join the Yankees in their chase for 28. Andrew Kittredge will come on. Yankees have runners on second and third. This will be the 57th game for Kittredge. First base is open. Stanton's on deck. What do they choose to do? Right now, the infield is in. Outfield comes in as well, not all the way. Looks like they're going to pitch to Judge.
It does.
This is what he's done against Kittredge, 2 for 8. Wade's at third, Rizzo's at second, bottom of the 9th inning. Oh, we mentioned earlier, Judge and Stanton have carried this team for 2 months. Judge has put together an MVP caliber season. He's had 11 game time or go-ahead plate appearances in the 7th inning or later. He's done well in those. That's tied for the most in the majors. He has a chance to send the Yankees to the postseason. Swing and a miss. 1-1. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Infield is in. Outfield is in. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Kittredge is yet to throw a breaking ball.
He's ahead of Judge 1-2. On deck is Stanton. Anything gets away from Zunino, Wade could score. And the 1-2 inside, 2-2. So they are challenging Aaron Judge. Infield's in, outfield's in. Beat us, rather than walking him and setting up the double play for Stanton. Two. Line drive. Here comes Wade. Here's the throw. He's safe. And the Yankees walk off into the postseason. And what a long, strange trip it's been. The ebb and flow, the body punches, the great moments, the winning streaks, and it comes down to the bottom of the 9th inning, and Aaron Judge, who has helped carry this team, carries them into the playoffs. They are one of the wild card teams in the American League, just waiting to see where they'll play and who they will play. And Kenny, it had to end like this.
Wow, unbelievable finish. Looked like Kittredge slowed it down, and that might have enabled Wade to score. Ball is hit hard, goes out to get it, gets good wood on it. Ball is slowed down by the pitcher. That enables Wendell to come over. He makes a good throw. It's a little high, and Wade, what can you say? Too much speed. When you put him in the pinch run, he finds a way to score.
98th run batted in for Aaron Judge. And the Yankees pick up their 92nd win of the year. And this illustrious franchise, its 57th postseason appearance, 5 straight, 23 in the last 27 seasons. And this crowd that's had a love-hate relationship with this team, Kenny, they love him right now.
Well, he's kind of the face of the franchise on the offensive side. Having a great year. People are worried about his health. Now they can worry about it in the postseason. Comes through with the big hit, bottom of the 9th. Everybody on the edge of their seats, I'm sure they were at home as well.
And now Aaron Judge is with Meredith Morakovitz.
Thanks, Michael. Aaron, it was simple. If you guys win, you were in. Can this team exhale a little bit knowing that you finally punched your ticket to the postseason?
I wouldn't say we'd exhale. We still got a lot of work to do, but this is just the first step, so, excited to get it done in front of these fans here. This is awesome. Awesome.
You knew you had speed on third base in Tyler Wade. Just take me through that last at-bat with Kittredge.
Man, Kittredge's one of the best relief pitchers in the game. The guys in front of me did their job. They got on base. Big at-bat by Rizzo to get in the scoring position. And, I was just trying to put it in play and let Wade do his thing.
How tense was it for the offense throughout this game, considering the way that the Rays were pitching you guys?
Well, this was a tough matchup. But, we don't want to go home. We want to show up here and keep playing for these fans and keep doing our thing.
I just saw you find Tyler Wade over here, gave him a big hug. What did you say to him when you hugged him?
I just said, great job, way to do your thing. This is a team effort. Not one guy can, win us a ball game. It's going to take all of us doing our job, and, that's what we're able to do today.
You mentioned the team effort. A lot of pitchers used for you guys. Just what do you think of the effort of the entire pitching staff?
Oh, it's incredible. They stepped up in the biggest game of the year for us, and, let's just keep this rolling in the postseason.
Aaron, thanks for the time. Send it back to you, Michael.
And a celebratory shower for Yankee right fielder Aaron Judge. He gets it done against Kittredge, scoring Wade. Watch the reaction in the dugout. Wade slides in with a ticket to the playoffs. And the celebration ensues here in the Bronx. The Yankees have made it into the postseason once again. We'll be back.